own lives as they balance this thing called life, or they're experts and they're here to share tips and strategies that will help you better balance and manage your life. Grab your virtual seats and let's get ready for some real, relevant, and relatable content on today's episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kim Jacobs Show. I am super excited to be here with you all today, and we have a phenomenal show lined up for you. It's a special episode because we get the opportunity to introduce some new hosts that will be taking the world by storm. They're going to be sharing what their shows are all about, and I'm telling you, go ahead and tag some friends and let people know that one of the people that's graduating today is 81 years old. So if she can do it, guess what? What is our excuse? We're going to be talking about that today. Grab your virtual seats, tag your friends. Welcome to the Kim Jacobs Show. And we are graduating from scratch on how to start your own show from scratch. Welcome, Dr. Trina. How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm so glad that you're here. Oh, you know what? Speaking of which, I got to make sure I'm going to definitely tag Vicky L. Evans to let her know Trina is graduating. I'm excited about it. She referred you, so I'm super excited about that. And Dr. Barbara Reynolds, how are you today?
I am fine. I'm just glad to be here. Yes, doing great.
Yes. So grateful. And now, which of us is 81 years old? Right?
Well, it would be me.
You look amazing. When I say amazing. I want to look that good when I get that mature.
That's good. But it's amazing that all of us are such beautiful people. I'm not talking about how we look, but just when you get to know the graduates and you spiritually on the inside, we are beautiful people.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. To God be the glory. So I'm excited, everybody. Grab your virtual seats. I see you all coming in. Make sure you celebrate the whole time. Put congratulatory messages in there. Put comments, put thoughts. And if you are interested in even learning how to start your own show as well from scratch, make sure that you let us know that as well. And I can get you in one of our training classes that's coming up. I'm also going to make sure that I tag your fellow graduates and let them know that you all are graduating today, because you're going to be a part of a private community that supports each other as we go on this journey as podcast show, virtual show, cable network, different types of programming that each of you all will have. So woo! We're excited. We are excited. So today, what you all can expect is we are here to celebrate these two individuals that are graduating from how to start your own virtual show from scratch. And as we celebrate them, I want to give each of them the opportunity to just tell you a little bit about them. Who are they? Where did they come from? What have they been doing in the course of this thing called life? And Dr. Trina, I'd love to start with you so people can learn a little bit about your backstory.
Okay, well, as you know, I'm Dr. Trina. I served in the military for 21 years and I retired from the military. I also was a teacher, and I have retired from teaching too in the public high school. I am an author. I'm the author of 9/11 Pentagon SOS Leadership Strategies of Survival. I'm married. I have 3 adult children, and I am an ordained minister. And I'm very passionate about helping women in the midst of transition. That's a little bit about my backstory.
That's a whole lot of good stuff. So when I was getting the opportunity to learn more about you over the course of the 6 weeks, I learned that it was important that safety took place. And so I really wanted to hear a little bit more about your philosophy on safety in women and how important that is to you as well.
Well, that's a very good observation. So I was actually in 9/11 in the Pentagon when I was in the military. And the long story of that, the plane actually went through my office. And we lost a significant number of people. And I didn't know what to do with that situation because it was so, as you would imagine, very traumatic. So I put it on the shelf for several years. And then one day I took it off the shelf and I wrote this book called Pentagon 9/11 Leadership Strategies of Survival, how you can survive tragedies and challenges in your life. But I felt like I needed to just do a little bit more in how can I really embrace helping, because you couldn't change the world when it comes to terrorists or the unexpected, but you could just do a little bit to make a difference. So I decided to do personal safety and security. And I started off with just a few pepper sprays, etc. But I called it divine safety. And divine safety is actually after Psalms 91 and 1, which is a scripture in the Bible that talks about he that dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I was very fortunate to be that God just happened to smile on me, and I wind up going to a meeting that never existed, and He saved my life because I was not in harm's way at that time. Had I been arm's way, been there in my office, I would have been number 41. There were 40, I would have been 41. But at 9:25, I got the call, and the plane went through my office at 9:33. So I said, "What can you really do?" And I said, "Well, I just want to help women. I'll just do one woman at a time and help them with personal safety and security." So my goal is to teach them just how to take it to the next level. It might be for you just about awareness. It might be for you learning how to use your pepper sprays or stun devices or things of that nature. But that is something that is a part of me when it comes to safety.
That's really good. And the fact that you had intervention happen for your life that was literally divine intervention, and you being given the gift to share some level of safety techniques and tips with other women is just a blessing, in my opinion, from God. And so all of the different hats that you wear, because you wear a lot of different roles, responsibilities, and things, how do you go about balancing those different entities to make it work smoothly? Because there's a lot of hats.
Wow, I think you have to just really look at where's your priority and what is your real calling, so that you're not just running all over the place doing things. And so for me, my balance actually comes from God. I kind of look at what is He wanting me to do at this particular moment, and then just
Right.
kind of listening and then moving in that direction. So
Mhm.
all of those hats did not happen at one time. Some of them just transition from one point to another point. But in the midst of those things were great challenges, okay, or crossroads. And that's how come I feel that now that I've gone through these crossroads, I'm able to really help other women or other people who are at these crossroads too. So again, to me, it's not wearing every hat. It's like knowing what your calling is and what your purpose is and moving in that direction.
That's good. Good. Oh, I love it. Already, I mean, even though today we are here celebrating these graduates from the program, How to Start Your Own Show from Scratch, we're also getting a chance to hear their backstories and just learning more about them. So we're going to hear more about what motivated you to become an actual talk show host a little later in the show. But right now, I want to take the opportunity to have Dr. Barbara Reynolds talk to you and tell us a little bit about your backstory as well.
Okay, I have to back up now to when I was a young girl. Um, I felt that I wanted to write. I don't even realize why I wanted to write, but as I tried to develop my skill, almost everywhere I went, I was told I shouldn't be there. I applied at Ohio State University and was told right off, we don't have colored journalists, so you need to do something else.
Hmm.
And I was just shaking because I had started life as a musician. I was a trumpet player and a pianist. And then when I showed up to blow my trumpet at Ohio State, sorry, women can't be at the band. So I said, wait a minute. I can't be in the band. I can't do journalism. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. And I went into journalism school. And then when I got my degree, I would call different newspapers and tell them about my degree. But when I show up, they said, well, we didn't realize from your resume that you were Black. And so, it was like,
That changed things.
so, I thank God for the Black press because I began to write for my city newspaper in Columbus, Ohio. And then as I went on, I became the opinion editor for USA Today. That worked as long as I insisted upon writing from the perspective of a Black woman. And they will always say opinion, but they want me to write like I was a white privileged male. And so I was there 13 years. But then I began to understand if I wrote books,
Right.
at least I could say what I want to say. And so I wrote the first autobiography of Reverend Jesse Jackson. Then I wrote the biography of my pastor, Bishop Alfred Owens, who serves here in the nation's capital, that's known throughout the world. And then I had a wonderful experience now because I'm freelancing, and I came across a woman I admired so much, which was Coretta Scott King, and so I knew her, and I said I want to write about you, and she was different from the other journal people that I wanted to write about because they wanted to say, oh, don't write about this now, Barbara. We don't want you to write. And she said, come to Atlanta and write what you see. I have nothing to hide. And so I came, and there wasn't any scandal around her. She was a person who was raising 4 children after her husband had been murdered or assassinated, if you want to call it that. And she went on to continue the movement. And I was right there with her. And when somebody wanted someone to write about her, they said, well, let Barbara do it. So I spent years writing and did her biography. And then finally, I wrote the present book that is on artificial intelligence called The Rise and Fall of the Techno-Messiah, Technology at the End Times. So that's my writing career. I'm also a mother of 2 sons, 2 wonderful sons. And I think that's about all I can say in this.
That's about all you can say? What in the world? She is 81 years old, everybody, okay? Written for USA Today, wrote the biography of Dr. Jesse Jackson, Pastor Jesse Jackson, and Dr. Coretta Scott King. Hello, and her pastor as well. So you have a wide range of experience and expertise. And so how were you even selected in these very awesome once in a lifetime opportunities to be able to write these type of biographies?
Well, that's a good question, but I have to say, without God, none of this would have happened because I would have fallen because I was often rejected, but there is something about knowing God. I'm a minister, ordained minister, as well as Dr. Trina. And I think I arrived at certain places not on my own, but because God opened the door for me to use the gift. I believe everybody has a gift that God gives them, but He let me embrace it. And this book is the most astonishing thing I can think of because 6 years ago, I was just praying in my quiet time, and the Lord spoke to me. He said, I want you to defend me because technology is going to be very devastating, because anytime technology can create false people, robots, they are certainly going to find the end will be devastating. And I want you to write about it. And I said, Lord, I know you are perfect, but this time you're making a mistake, because I don't know anything about artificial intelligence. He said, you can learn. So I've researched for 6 or 7 years, and now I have the book. And my desire now is to help ordinary people like me. I don't have any science background, to understand how technology can either bless their lives or ruin their lives. That's what I'm trying to do now.
You're doing a great job at it, and I'm so inspired by the time that we've spent together already. And I know, Dr. Trina, aren't you inspired too?
Oh yeah, she's just a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah, I have to say, I'm inspired. This, when I hear what you're saying, that God put you there and pulled you out so that your experiences could bless us, and that to me is amazing, really amazing. I can only imagine how I felt when the plane landed and the bomb, but you weren't there. God had a purpose for you, and you're living it.
Trying to live my legacy and help others.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So I mean, okay, this has been already just an incredible episode, just learning about these two individuals that are offering so much to salt the earth, even in their own personal journeys. But we're today talking too about them going through a training course on starting their actual shows from scratch. And so I wanted you to just get a little bit of the backdrop so you could hear who they are, where they've come from. I see you, Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, and actually this is one of the people that I'll be connecting you all with as well, with CTR Media Network. The Kim Jacobs Show streams in over 100 countries and over 350 million households through this program with CTR Media Network. So I'll be connecting you all via email with you, Dr. Barbara, and social media with you, Dr. Trina, so you can learn more about their programming as well, and the partnership that we have to be able to expose our new graduates to their training. So, okay, so it's going to be, this is awesome. I'm excited about it. Make sure you all share with your friends and family and colleagues that we are here celebrating two of these individuals, Dr. Trina Hines and Dr. Barbara Reynolds, today as they graduate from a program called How to Start Your Own Show from Scratch. It's a 6-week training. And when we come back, we're going to just take a brief commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to learn more about their shows, as well as how you can become a part of How to Start Your Own Show from Scratch. We'll be right back, everyone, right after this commercial break. Hi, I'm Kim Jacobs, the Managing Director of the Charlotte, North Carolina chapter of eWomen Network. I am so excited that you stopped to watch this video. I've got good news for you. You've just discovered an international network of women entrepreneurs who are committed to helping you achieve, succeed, and prosper. We're on a mission here to help 1 million women entrepreneurs each achieve $1 million in annual revenue. Here at eWomen Network, we have a complete success system that supports you every step of the way in building and growing your business. You being here right now is no accident. We're supposed to know about you. We want to meet you to find out how we can help you, as well as learn about what you have to offer. With over 500,000 women connected through 118 chapters across the United States, Canada, Australia, and the United Kingdom, you are never alone. If this is resonating with you, please go to ewomennetwork.com/Charlotte. Notice too my contact information. I invite you to reach out to me and to check out our upcoming in-person and online events. I'm really looking forward to introducing you to our special community. All right, everyone, we are back. And again, if you're interested in learning more about eWomen Network, you can visit ewomennetwork.com/Charlotte, and you'll learn some of the ways that you can participate in our upcoming events. And so, as we're celebrating today, Dr. Trina Hines and Dr. Barbara Reynolds, I want to make sure you know that there is a way for you to be a part of this training. And the training, we offer it with a small group of individuals, and the next one is coming up very soon. So we usually take no more than 5 students at a time, so that way we can really heavily focus on what your needs are and help you be able to launch your show. So if you're interested in being one of our students in our upcoming class, then all you have to do is reach out at 704-944-3534. And you can also email kim@thebalancedoctor.tv and make sure you let us know, and we will get you included. If it's a fit, we'll get you included in our group training. So I would love for people to hear Dr. Trina and Dr. Barbara from you all as to what your experience was like, and if it's something that you would recommend for other students. And we'll start with you, Dr. Barbara, this time.
You asked me what my experience has been on this show.
Yes, with the training that you went through for how to start your show from scratch, how do you feel the training was, and if it would be something that you feel would be beneficial to other individuals as well?
Well, let me be honest. You know,
Please don't do anything else.
President Biden is 81, and talking about him, and I'm 81, and the thing is who's around you that can lift you up. Poor Biden, his people are pressing him down and taking his energy away. But with you and the other graduates here, I felt lifted up. I felt some, like, I think I heard you say it's not hard, it's just new. Because I can't say that I'm as sharp as I was when I was 40 or 50. And I know sometimes I would say, what? I mean, like, I don't get it. I mean, you'd have to go over it more. And it took really patience sometimes for me for these brain cells to ignite. But you were patient, and Dr. Trina helped me because she's a therapist, and now I feel like I can still do it, because people say, you're gonna do what? You're gonna do a podcast? Like, why not? Why can't I do it? And so I just think that for people, don't doubt yourself, because this is a powerful spiritual led group with a powerful spiritual leader. And don't doubt yourself. Put your hands in God and say, God, I need you. I'm praying out to God, and He knows we need Him. Because if it was just me here, I couldn't do it. But the leader is fantastic, and that's what I'm saying. She will spend time with you, and that's what we need. Not someone that will say, "Here it is, let's go." But she will spend time, and that's wonderful. That's my experience.
Wow, you didn't say that even in the class, Dr. Barbara. So now I got some extra collateral. I'll pay you later, right? That's awesome. I really am glad that you had a good experience. And the reason that I really want people to know that age is literally just a number, because Dr. Barbara Reynolds made it very clear that no matter what her age is, she's still going to use every gift and every talent that God has blessed her with to be able to bring some even additional new gifts and talents to the world. And so I was like super duper honored to be able to work with you in this capacity and to see your dream still at this age become a reality and starting from scratch. This is a blessing from God. And so I'm honored, and thank you for allowing me to coach you in this capacity. Very grateful. All right, Dr. Trina, what was your experience like? And again, you don't have, if it wasn't great, you don't have to say, I'm not trying to be like, I hope you don't put me up because I didn't have a great experience. And that's fine, because I don't tell people that yes, I'm asking you this question. Yes. Really, I want it to be a truthful, honest, candid experience of what it was for you. Here you go. Tell us.
Okay, so I would tell you how I felt. It was a really very great learning experience from start to finish. Some things I really appreciate about the training is the fact that the whole process, you took your time with showing us, really looking at what is your platform and who are you going to talk to, who is your real audience, and so that you're not all over the place, and so that you know that this is what you need to do. And then you took the time to show us how to connect with those different audiences through social media, and how to reach out to them and be a part of them and let them know that you're there, and you're there to give them the answers to some of the questions that they have. Then you took us and you told us how to really just to brand ourselves, and how to, like, okay, this is your brand and this is your focus and this is your lane. And then after that, you took the time to take us and show us how to use the social media platforms to the audiences that we want to speak to. And then you gave us the training on how to do it. And then you gave us additional resources to use in order to put our virtual show together. So I really found that the training was very beneficial, and it's for all audiences. Like you said, young, old, all demographics, white, black, whatever your background is. The training is for all, because the way that it's designed is really about you and your calling and your purpose. So I highly recommend it.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Oh,
Wow. Wow.
I
Okay.
have one caveat. Um, I, I wish my husband is the therapist. I'm the wannabe therapist, but I am ordained and licensed, and I do have a doctorate degree in education and leadership. But so I just wanted to make sure I put that in. He's the licensed one. I'm the
Are you trying to get some brownie points for when he come home and be like, baby, I
I gave you
mentioned
some.
you on the
He
show.
might be watching it. He might be
Yeah,
watching.
yeah. He'd be like, I mentioned you on the show. You know what?
He
I
might be
see
watching
some.
it.
That's right. That's right. And he definitely will see the replay even if he wasn't watching it, right? So you got to get some brownie points. So the therapist, Hines, we welcome you as you tune into watching your wife graduate here today. I also see backstage, and I'm going to pull you in, Margaretta Young. How are you, Margaretta?
Hey, everyone. Good morning. How are you? I'm great.
I was like so stressed. I was like, oh, Margaretta's not going to be here. I know you're so timely, so I knew something was going on if you're not here. So I'm so
Absolutely.
grateful.
But I wouldn't miss it for the world, Kim Jacobs.
Thank you for being here. And listen, everybody, Margaretta Young is also one of our graduates, and she went through the full training with Dr. Barbara and Dr. Trina. And Margaretta, I would love if you would, for a moment, just to tell people a little bit about your backstory, who you are, and then we'll ask you the next question after that. But I want to take you back and give you the floor to share some of your backstory first.
Sure. My name is Margaretta Young, and I am the CEO of the Ready for Success group. It is a group that helps individuals start their businesses, maintain their businesses, and expand their businesses from A to Z. We set up churches, nonprofits, businesses, daycares, home care centers. I'm also the executive director of a nonprofit organization for the past 23 years called Women of Strength, Resources Development and Foundation. We've helped over 35 families. Since 2001. I've set up over 1,600 companies, and there are so many people who have asked me to start a radio show or host a radio show. And as fabulous as all of these achievements sound, I had 19 years of health challenges. I was in a wheelchair at one time, and I could not walk. I had to have surgery on my spine, and from where my neck starts down to where my buttocks start. And I couldn't walk. I went through rehab. I lost 250 pounds. There was a lot going on in my life. I just couldn't understand why. As a young lady, I went through so much, even as a child, different traumas and things like that. But I would say to you, it was my faith that really kept me together so that I can establish those businesses and help people and set up that nonprofit. And I lived my life because of the way I used to live. But I met Kim Jacobs. Okay. There's so much more I could say about myself. I am also an executive business coach and a life coach. I've been teaching business for almost 30 years, and I'm an experienced grant writer. I'm also an author of 2 books. One is called Redefining My Role as a Leader, and the other is called The Total Woman, Walking Free in Liberty. And so I'm going to say with that, I started, going to networking events down here to Charlotte. I moved down here. The Lord healed me. I started walking. Then I had surgery on my eyes, both of them. I had to stop going to school, and I kept on forging ahead no matter what. Last year was so traumatizing for me because my mother was diagnosed with cancer twice, but they could not find it. My husband was also diagnosed with prostate cancer 2 months after they diagnosed my mom. And then they came back to tell me I had stage 4 kidney disease. So I understand the strength that I have. And I know that it didn't come from anywhere but God. And I feel like there are no shortage of kidneys in heaven. And I'm doing well. And they didn't find the cancer in my mom twice. I prayed for 3 miracles. My husband beat his cancer, and I already know that I'm healed. So I wanted to go ahead and start the show and not delay, so I can tell people just how good God is, just how much strength they have, just how much they can make it, no matter through what, through adversities. Even this morning, I had a whole lot of challenges, but I said, oh no, this is my day. And so starting the show, women, the Strength Project, it's called the Strength Project. This was a testimony to my faith to be here today, that through no matter what, you got to show up. You could show up. You could show up through adversity. You could show up through the pain. You could show up through the trials. You could show up through the tribulations, because God is your help. He is your strength. And when you get a group like this of sisters that you graduate with in a class, that while we're all learning, they're still educating, and they're empowering you, and a Kim Jacobs in your life, you can go through anything. You can tell your story. You can make a difference, and you can be the change that you want to see.
You came in and just you just came in and
I'm trying to compose myself and keep myself together, because it's real and it's happening, and it's happening now. And I said, oh no, this is your season. I don't care if it's snowing outside. It's still your season. You better not miss it. The thorns may be coming up. It's still your season. You got to have that strength. You got to find that inner strength. And that's what my show was about. My show is about finding that inner strength so that you can, just like Doctor said, work your purpose. You gotta fulfill your purpose here on this earth, because somebody needs you and they want to hear your story. And I'm telling you, Kim Jacobs is a woman of God, not just a talk show host, not just a businesswoman. She's a fabulous person, and she is a forerunner, and she has helped me keep it together in this season. And I love her. I love how she teaches me. I have a lot of wisdom. I'm an old baby, but this woman here, she taught us, and she took her time, and she made sure that we had those nuggets that we needed to be able to produce these shows for you, so you can get up and be everything that you are going to be, no matter who told you that you could not be.
okay.
I'm
So glad you go down over here. I can't even host my own show messing with you over there, Margaretta.
You're amazing. You're like
Yes.
There are times we know that we're ordained as well. Even as business women, and a lot of people don't like to speak about God and different things like that, but there was no way that I could be successful the way that I am. There was no way that I can do that, so I can't leave him out. And I just want to say, for him to allow me to meet you all at such a time as this, it has been life changing. And I thank God for you, Kim. You're a 10 times Margaretta. You're a 10x. And even you show up, and you show up 100%, and you give your all. Thank you for
Wow.
prepping me and
You
getting
didn't
me
even
ready.
know we're part of what we're in the program, and you just came in and said that. That's just amazing to me. So thank you so much again. I know some of the health challenges that you've experienced, Margaretta, and to see you push past those limitations, it almost reminds me of whole Forrest Gump thing, because Forrest Gump, even though it's a silly analogy, but the point is that was such an impactful movie because of the fact that society was saying, no, you're going to be limited with these braces on your legs, and you're not going to be able to ever participate in certain things because this is the societal limitations that have been placed on you.
Absolutely.
Diagnosed. It's not like it's just made up out of the air. It's
Absolutely.
diagnosed and official that this is what you have and this is
Right.
what you're going to be living with for the rest of your life. But
Right.
as simple as Forrest Gump saying, oh no, run, Forrest.
Run.
Jenny, I think was her name. She was like, run, Forrest, run. And I just feel like the same thing when it comes to you all with your shows. It's like, run, Margaretta, run,
Thank you, Kim.
Dr. Barbara, run at 81 years old. Run,
Yeah.
Dr. Trina. When 911 could have claimed, 911 could have claimed your life, run, Dr. Trina, run.
Who was there at 9/11?
Dr. Trina.
Trina.
And one of my shows will be talking about that. I was there. My train was the train that got out before the train under us got stuck.
So y'all got to do an episode
Yeah.
together.
We got to do it together, darling.
Wow.
We got
Okay.
to tell the story of why we survived.
Woo! Yeah, so when you come into the training of how to start your own show from scratch, we get to know each other. We become, it's almost like a lifelong bond. We are a community. We have a group of individuals that's graduated before you all that I'll be putting you in that group today. And so hopefully everybody there will welcome you. So please, y'all that's in the group, if you're tuning in right now, make sure we welcome our newest graduates as well and make them feel comfortable joining in on our private community. Our next group training is coming up very quickly. It's actually coming up on August 12th. I didn't want to timestamp it. Okay, anyway, the point is it's coming up soon. And then make sure that you go ahead and reach out to us, Kim at thebalancedoctor.tv. And you can also call 704-944-3534, 704-944-3534, and let us know that you're interested in being one of those 5 students in the upcoming class, okay? I want to give people more information about each of your shows, and I know some of you are going to be launching them in the next month or so, coming up in early fall, but I do want them to hear about your show and also know what day, after they continue to follow you on social media, what day of the week and time that it'll be airing. Let's start with you, Dr. Trina. All right. So tell us about your show, Living Your Legacy with Dr. Trina.
Okay, so Living Your Legacy with Dr. Trina will air at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday, starting at the end of August. And the heart of my show is really to help women at the crossroads. Now, brothers, I'm not leaving you out because you're welcome to come, but I want to reach out and help you understand how to cross over when you are facing some of the greatest challenges in your life so that you can really live your legacy. For example, I have just last week, I met someone who was homeless. I didn't know that the person was homeless. I didn't know. And they said to me, they said, I don't, my challenge is I have to be out of the shelter at either 8 or 9. And then they said, but I get food stamps and I get Medicaid. If
Mhm.
I make a certain amount of money, they're going to take that away. And
Mm.
so I'm struggling to figure out how to move forward because I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. And I don't know how to get out of this situation. I want to move forward, but I feel like the system has me stuck.
Mm.
And so this is what my talk show is about. It's about helping you navigate through those challenges so that you can cross over to the single mom who's working, who had children, to you, the business owner. I want to have a conversation with you to let you know, as you're putting those messages out on Facebook, I see you. I hear you out here struggling and saying, I don't know what to do. Well, I want you to tune in to Living Your Legacy with Dr. Trina so I can help you understand that God really has a purpose for your life. And it's for you to build a legacy and for your life and for your generation. And God is calling you to make that difference.
Mm, 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 mm. Yes, y'all. So you're going to tune in to Living Your Legacy with Dr. Trina. She's not letting anybody be left behind. She is going to make sure that you get what you need, resources, information, and she's going to still be able to also help you stay safe because she has a divine safety program that she's going to infuse into some of the things that she teaches as well. So you don't want to miss when her show comes out, Living Your Legacy with Dr. Trina, Thursdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They can follow you where so that they can know how to stay connected with you as you prepare to launch your show.
Great. You can find me right here on Facebook. You can find Trina Hines uh, in Charlotte. You can find me on LinkedIn. I'm on Instagram. You can also email me at hinestrina, the number 7 at gmail.com. Hit me up. I get a lot of ladies who send me IM messages offline and say, I need your help. Can you just talk to me? And I get up. And I don't care what time it is. I get up and ladies, those who know me, I will respond. I will respond because I'm there for you. And I really, having had challenges myself, coming from the projects and where God has brought me from, I feel like I have a responsibility to reach back and help. And so reach out to me. I'll be there for you.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And she really will be there for you. She shows up, and when she shows up, she shows out. So she's not just going to show up for you. She's going to be bonded with you and help you take your hand and walk you through this journey called life. So Dr. Trina Hines she's military too, y'all. So she's gonna be all in your business. Okay. So she know how to whip you in shape. All right. I'm so excited about your show, Dr. Trina. And let's talk to you, Margaretta, for a minute here and hear more about your upcoming show so people can know more about it and when they'll be able to start tuning into it.
Absolutely. The Strength Project will be airing every Wednesday evening at 7:30 p.m. And we are actually going to talk about strength, how to renew your strength, how to move forward again through adversity. Um, Dr. Trina, much just like you, I grew up in Brooklyn in the projects, and I was the first out of my family to go away to school. And I got pregnant at a young age. I winded up on food stamps myself. I was in the church, and that's what made it so bad because people were telling me that I couldn't make it, that I wouldn't be anything. And I kept on pushing. I went back to school. I finished high school. I went on back to college. I started my business, and I was actually receiving public assistance, but I wanted more. And I had these great jobs, honestly. And I would quit these jobs so that I could keep my benefits.
Right.
And I had a good heart to heart with one of my sisters that said, that's not where we come from. That's not who we are. She reminded me of our strength. She reminded me of my mom who had 8 children and didn't give any one of us away growing up in the projects. Okay. And she said, you make more money every 2 weeks than you do when you get this check. And I started adding it up and I was like, yeah, I do, don't I? But I was irresponsible at that time because My life wasn't my life, Kim. I walked away from the Lord and got tied up in drugs and all kinds of things. And the Lord always sent people to come back and tell me, that's not who you are. You got the strength. So I got myself together. The Lord got me together. He rescued me. I was in trouble. And I started the show. I started the organization, Women of Strength, because I needed to speak to people and let them know that they would be okay and that they could make it. And that wasn't the sum total of their life. And so here came the Strength Project, that even as you go through life, life is still going to happen, but you got to have that strength to forge ahead. So I will be talking about the Strength Project, how to have strength. I will be also talking about how to celebrate yourself. Okay. Celebrating me, putting yourself back on the map. What are you doing to celebrate yourself? Uh, Topics on from the bottom up, and I'll have a topic called Young CEOs in the Boardroom. These are children who are business owners. And then there will be the Ready for Success group.
Y'all, you don't want to miss the Strength Project every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And how do they stay connected with you on social media as well?
Oh, absolutely. Thank you, Kim. I will be, right now, you can reach me on Facebook as Margaretta Young. You can reach me on Facebook through Women of Strength and the Strength Project. You can even email me at Marge, Marge, Young, Young, WOS, which means Women of Strength at yahoo.com. That's Marge Young, WOS with an E at yahoo.com. And you can reach me at 704-738-7377.
Wait a minute, I'm trying to type this now. Marge Young S.
Marge with the E, Marge. My last name Young, Young, WOS as in Sam, at yahoo.com.
At Yahoo. Okay, I'm typing this up because I wanted to make sure that we get
Yes.
sure. And then you said a phone number or call.
704-738-7377.
Yeah, we want to make sure people don't have any excuse how to not be able to contact you. So
Right.
again, Marge Young, WOS at yahoo.com, or you can call 704-738-7377. 704-738-7377. And you want to be a part of tuning into the Strength Project. And many of you that are tuned in today, if you have questions, I see lots of comments and different things coming in. We are going to do a flash round and put up a lot of comments. So get them all flooding in over there. And Mackenzie, Mackenzie's backstage. She'll be popping them up shortly. So thank you so much, Margaretta. I think you all have the strength. And I'm excited for people to tune into your show.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. So let's go with you. Our 81-year-old woman that has written biography for Jesse Jackson, written for Dr. Coretta Scott King, and for her pastor, and written for USA Today. And guess what? Now what she's doing is starting a new talk show after she went through this training. Let's hear from you, Dr. Barbara.
Well, I want to just say one thing. My whole book is looking at the future of us. And I think I selected it because there was a time when I didn't have a future. They told me I didn't have a future. My mother abandoned me when I was 2. I chose alcohol and had to be delivered from that. And I've had a ministry in DC for about 35 years. But then now I'm standing up here and I'm seeing flying cars. I'm seeing brain inserts. I see robots coming and taking jobs from people. There's going to be a major shift. And I'm saying, wait a minute. I'm looking at this. I don't see us dealing with it. You know, I see how because of technology, we can take a person's head and put it on a pornographic body, and people don't know how to do that. And I'm saying, wait just a minute. And I have to do something. And God says, you have to do something.
Mm.
And what your something is always to write. And the Lord said, you first have to defend me, because God is not in technology. You hear all these people talking about technology, but where's God in the software? And then you see people being replaced, shuttled out of jobs. People at newspapers where my background is, they're losing their jobs. If you go to even McDonald's in some place. So what are we going to do about this? So my show is the future of us. You know, they are planning villages on Mars. Are we going to get any of those contracts? Are we going to be trained? I want to call on this nation to train our young people. Our young people are intelligent. They have dreams, but we are just shuttling them aside and going on. Who's going to make the case? So I'm chaplain for Black Women for Positive Change. And we're going to try our best to get grants or whatever we can to train our young people so they won't be like me, you know, who have to choose other things to make themselves feel normal, like drugs or guns or whatever. And so that's one of the things that I'm trying to do with my book, and to have us look at our future, because almost our future is behind us now if we just stand still. But we must know how to grab these jobs. Who's training us? And it can happen. I've just found a woman in Columbus, Ohio, who's now using technology to build homes out of mud. I mean, 3D printing can print jobs, and you can hire people and print homes for the homeless. But we have to get this technology. And so many people I talk to say, Barbara, we're not interested. And it's like beating my head against the wall. Yes, you got, well, you gonna wait. You've got if you have a conservative political system that could come in, they're gonna take some of your jobs. And now you say you see the robotics coming, taking jobs, but you don't have to just sit here and be taken. You can learn. And so I'm gonna look at us. Why, I've seen studies where when Blacks go into hospitals, maybe at night, they have a score of 3. But when whites go in, they have a score of 7. So sometimes so many Black people are sent home. I always watch that. You know, why don't they keep them overnight? But that's because technology has a way of scoring us. So I'm just trying to train us for now. And the now is the future. And we have to be able to navigate the future, or we're going to be left behind.
Y'all, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? This is what I've had to work with for the last 6 weeks of training these individuals on starting their own shows from scratch. It is just a wealth of knowledge, and your lives are going to be forever changed just by witnessing and tuning into their shows. The future of us. And behind her, she has the future is us, which the point is we have to gain an understanding of how technology fits in with our lives without it overtaking our lives. I love it. I love it. How can people stay connected with you?
Okay, I'm on Facebook, and I have a website, drBarbaraReynolds.com, and I also have an email, Reynew, REYNEW 77
Okay, I'm going to put your website too one more time. Now you said is renew77 @gmail.com is the email, or the website is Dr. Barbara Reynolds.com. So you are, and on Facebook.
The phone number, they can call me at 301
wait. Call you? You can the phone number or call. Yeah. Okay. What is it?
301-442-3655.
3655. And then you can also, or visit, and I'm going to put all of this back up, Dr. Barbara Reynolds.com. And I would also be remiss not to recognize the fact that throughout the training, you did have an assistant that was more technologically savvy who assisted you. And I just want to say thank you to her as well for
Connie Kinder.
Connie, thank you so much for your support of Dr. Barbara Reynolds. And I just want to acknowledge you and thank you as well. So stay connected with Dr. Barbara Reynolds, which is REY, new 77@gmail.com, or drbarbarareynolds.com is her website. You can also call her at 301-442-3655. Again, 301-442-3655, or you can visit drbarbarareynolds.com. I said that. Okay. All right. So I'm super excited about her show, The Future of Us, on Mondays at 7 p.m. It'll be kicking off this fall. When that happens, if you already connected with her, you'll know, because you'll be knowing that she's getting ready to start going live, and you don't want to miss that. Whoosh! We have already had a wonderful time today. Did you all? I told y'all it was going to be fun, right? At first, everybody was like, "Oh, what are we going to be doing? What are we going to be doing?" I was like, "We're going to have a good time, y'all. We had a good time, didn't we?"
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
All right. Listen, Mackenzie, if you would just pop some of the comments that's been coming in so we can acknowledge some of the studio audience members. And then we're going to do one final piece and everybody will go on with the rest of our day. All right, let's see. What's some of the comments? Let's see. We had a lot of comments, so gotta go back. Okay. Dr. Colin Clark is actually going to be in one of our future classes. And he said, congratulations to all. He's been married for over 40 years. So I cannot wait for his show to come out soon, because this man has a wealth of knowledge and every husband and wife will want to tune in to learn from him and his wife as well. So Dr. Colin Clark, glad to have you here today. Any other comments that we want to acknowledge right now? Let's see. I saw a lot of congratulatory comments, and if it hasn't popped up on the screen, or maybe it did earlier, we just want to thank you so much for even being here in the studio audience and for taking the time. I see Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, and she's with CTR Media Network, and you get an opportunity to stream on some of the streaming platforms like Roku and different places as well. So welcome, Dr. Tina J. Ramsey. These are going to be possibly some of your new students coming into the CTR family, CTR Media family. All right. All right. So we do hello to you all as well. And lots of love, heart, hugs, and kisses. Flood the comment section with your congratulations and your well wishes of these graduates. What we're going to do right now is transition briefly to one piece. I couldn't play the formal graduation song. I'm going to remove you for 1 second, Doctor. Okay. So I couldn't play the formal because it's a copyright on it. So I wanted to, somebody said, hey, congratulations to Dr. Reynolds of True Visionary BW4PC Urgent Issues Channel. Woo, congratulations.
Black Women for Positive Change. That's what that stands for.
I'd love to have you come on the show too, Black Women for Positive Change. We'd love to have you be a guest as well. All right, this is our version of the graduation song that's copyright free. Here we go. Y'all ready for this? Okay. So can you hear me? Everybody can still hear me? We are getting ready to present a certificate of completion. Let me lower it a little bit for you guys so you can hear me a little bit better. All right. A certificate of completion to Dr. Trina Hines. This certificate of completion completes the Kim Jacobs online course of how to start your own show from scratch. This certificate is presented to Dr. Trina Hines on today, July 16, 2024, and we would like to extend our congratulations to you, Dr. Trina Hines. Let's give it up for Dr. Trina! Living your legacy, Dr. Trina, with Dr. Trina. All right, we have Dr. Barbara Reynolds, certificate of completion, the Kim Jacobs online course, how to start your own show from scratch. This certificate is presented to Dr. Barbara Reynolds today, July 16th, 2024. And we want to say congratulations to you on your new show, The Future of Us. With artificial intelligence on the horizon and being here front and center, what does it do to take over who we are, the future of us? And we also have Margaretta Young. And Margaretta Young, the certificate of completion and Jacobs online course, How to Start Your Own Show from Scratch, is presented to Margaretta Young. And that's on today, July 16th. 2024, and we want to say congratulations on your new show, Project Strength. Super excited, and I do have your first flyer that you have out, which is Project Strength, that will be kicking off on September 3rd, 2024, and wanted to make sure you all get a chance to know that it's going to be hosted by Margaretta Young every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. So thank you so much for providing that. And I do also want to share with you all a recent accomplishment that this young 81-year-old lady just received. Black People United Global Network and the Blackwood Worldwide presents on July 28th, 2024, her Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award.
Beautiful.
Congratulations to you, Dr. Barbara Reynolds. And I wanted to make sure that we shared that. I found out you had that, a little birdie told. So I found out some of these things. So I just wanted to say congratulations to you today. Oh, was that awesome, everyone?
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you all for being in the virtual studio audience today and all of your congratulatory comments. Make sure you share this broadcast with your friends, your family, your coworkers. And if the Kim Jacobs Show, you're interested in partnering with our broadcast, the only way that we go live every weekday is by contributions from community members like yourself. So I do want to say thank you to some of our recent contributors and partners that just like I saw Sharon Baker, she just recently joined into our Patreon membership program. So thank you so much, Sharon. And I saw Ruth Hicks just recently sent a donation to the Kim Jacobs Show in partnership with us. It was several people, so I should have started naming names with that. Oh, Dr. Leah James Stone, thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you, Frankie, for your contribution. Even my children believe in the program, so they'll send stuff to my mom, Ellis Bradley. Thank you so much. Valerie, thank you so much. Nikisha, thank you so much. Cassandra, thank you. I see different ones that have contributed over the course of time here. And I just want to say thank you all for believing in the Kim Jacobs Show and for partnering with us. And Janine, thank you so much. And thank you so much, Pastor Clara, all of you all. I'm not naming everybody at one time. I'll just do different shout outs. So I just want to say thank you all for partnering with the Kim Jacobs Show. Dr. Lotus, thank you as well. If you would like to partner with us, you can do so by sending Cash App, any amount. Some people want to send bulk amounts. Some people can't send bulk amounts. So they just want to say, hey, I'm just sending $1 or $2 or 20 or 15, whatever. It all helps. And we are able to do our programming, our certificates, our staff, and all of the things that keep the program going, where we're bringing balance to the world one household at a time. Thank you, Cassandra Davis, for doing our certificates today. She works with the Kim Jacobs Show, so she did all of the certificates and the flyers. And I want to say thank you to her as one of my team members, and Mackenzie Rhodes, who's backstage right now as well, and always helping with the program. So there are ways you can do $ Kim Jacobs Inc., paypal.me/Kim Jacobs Inc., Venmo at the Kim Jacobs Show, or you can Zelle to 704-962-7161. You can join our Patreon membership, which is patreon.com/the Kim Jacobs Show, or our Mother Dreamer program, motherdreamer.com/join. Okay, closing comment from you ladies. I would love to just hear a final thought. Dr. Trina, that's in your heart that you don't want to close out without saying.
Well, I want to just thank you, Kim, for all the work and time and effort you put in to us to really help us start our own show. I want to thank these beautiful ladies that I've had the opportunity to meet. I consider myself very blessed to be among these beautiful, distinguished women, and hearing their stories. And ladies, and I look forward to seeing you soon on Living Your Legacy with Dr. Trina so that we can help you build your legacy as well.
Hey, thank you. Dr. Margaretta, if you could please say something as well, let people know your closing comments.
Thank you so much, Kim. I honor you today, and I thank you for what you have done for us and for the new group that's coming in. And these women have been a jewel, and I'm glad that I have had encounters with them where we can now move forward together as well to heal the nation. Join us, for the Project Strength shows so we can help give you strength for the journey, and you too can move on and live your best life and live it with purpose. God bless you.
Y'all are so professional. I'm so proud. I feel like a proud parent. Burning. Okay. And Dr. Reynolds, if you could give us a closing comment as well.
Well, I see this as divine encounter. When I look at the four of us and what you've done, it just did not happen because we were so smart and we had titles. It happened because the glory of God is shining on us. And when I talk about the future, that's where my mind is. The future, but the future has to come from a God-given past and present. So the future is much more a testament to what God will do with some of us who nobody thought we would be anything. But through the glory of God, through tragedies, through sickness, through disappointments, we're still here, and we still are going to do a great work for God in the future, along with our leader, Dr. Kim Jacobs. I can't say enough about her, but I'm going to try one day. Maybe that's the next book.
You have a whole lot to write about that. All right. Listen, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in today to the Kim Jacobs Show. And thank you for celebrating our students that graduated from How to Start Your Own Show from Scratch. Make sure you know that you can be a part of our next upcoming training class. And we welcome you. If you have a show inside of you, it's been nagging at your spirit, man, and you cannot rest at night, and you're like, Lord, what am I going to do with this information that I know I'm supposed to be helping the world with? Guess what? Reach out to me, and I can guarantee you that you can be able to start your own show from scratch, giving people a one-stop shop location to be able to connect with you one-on-one. And you can start living your legacy right now with Dr. Trina. And
That's right.
The future of us is right in you, and there is strength that resides inside of you, because you have to know that you are considered Project Strength. See how I just use your shows? Oh, Lord, I love this. I could do this all day. All right, everybody. God bless you all, and congratulations again. Y'all stay backstage so I can talk to you. But everybody else, have a great rest of your day. I absolutely love you all, and thank you for allowing me to serve in this capacity as we bring balance to this world, one household at a time. Take it away, Mackenzie. Is Mackenzie back there? Mackenzie, like, girl, I'm about done. I had a doctor's appointment. Let me get you all off this show. Have a great day, everybody. God bless you.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of The Kim Jacobs Show, and for being in the virtual studio audience. Your presence truly does make a difference, and I look forward to you bringing your friends and family to join you in the virtual studio audience Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to seeing you, and make it a great day.